Hi, FlossTube Stitchers. It's not officially autumn yet, but we've had some chilly days here in Northeast Ohio. So this morning when I got dressed, I wanted something that had just a little light fleece underneath it because I was feeling a little chilly. And then I put a little matching scarf on. And that didn't last very long. As soon as I got to the shop and started working and the sun was coming through the front windows, I realized, nope, it's not scarf weather yet, thankfully. We have a number of good weeks left before that has to happen, right? And when do you guys start wearing socks? Nope, it's not time for those either. My vintage stitch is autumn related, and it's called Petite Acorn by Cross-Eyed Cricket, and it came as a little free chart in an automatic years ago, 2001. And what they did was send a free chart that coordinates with the charts that were in the automatic. So this time there were 4 acorn related charts. And so this was supposed to be a little, extra gift to customers that purchase the chart or, kit it up and make a little money for your shop. So that's what we did. The fabric was either a 28 or a 30 hand-dyed linen that's no longer being made. And the frame is a ready-made from Old Colonial. We used to carry them in all the little sizes of squares and rectangles. And so this was something that we had easy access to. And the original did not have the buttons, but I think I prefer a square to a rectangle when I have a choice. I also prefer a round to an oval. So I decided to make the size of the picture a little bit bigger by adding the buttons. So there's 2 from Just Another Button Company. I didn't change the colors of the floss at all. Maybe somebody else would. Maybe they would make the blue, green or a different color, peachy tone or something. But me, I like blue, so that worked for me. And I found plenty of these, so I will start sending these free charts with the automatics this month. All right, then new models. I have 2 to show you today. The first one came back a little bit ago. I think I was just waiting for it to be a little closer to fall before showing it, and the other one just came back. They're both from Primrose Cottage Stitches. So this is called Happy Halloween. I think it was stitched on 32 Moss from Seraphim. There's 2 of my Halloween pieces that I keep getting confused which was which because they're similar colors, but really any neutral will work. It's not what it called for. It was just something that we had in the shop. I did use the called for colors and stitched with 1 strand. And I know you're all looking at this hot mess right here. So they suggested that you use 1 strand of the persimmon to stitch bows on the witch's shoes. And no matter how I did them, one loop was crooked or sticking up straight, or it was twisted. And I tried several different ways of making bows. I tried making them upside down, thinking they would look better that way. I finally got them sort of how I wanted them, and I think it's double knotted, but maybe not, because one of the loops came undone when Bonnie was putting it in the plastic bag to bring it back to the shop. So I left the tails really long so I could still fuss with them. Does anyone have an idea for how to keep the bows in place? I'd like to ask the ladies at Primrose because, people have a tendency to kind of touch, and I'm afraid to enter this at the Needlework show next weekend because I'm afraid something will happen. And as soon as I trim the bows, it won't be possible to actually, as soon as I trim the tails, it won't be possible to make the bow anymore with that short of a length. So Bonnie suggested that I put a little dab of glue underneath the knot, but I'm not good with glue. And I did buy a little tiny, tiny glue stick that has a very precise tip, and I'm still afraid to do that. I'm afraid I'll, get a glob somewhere where it doesn't belong. So if you have any tips, let me know. Otherwise, I may just try to remake the bows and leave the tails hanging until I feel more comfortable with it. Anyway, I really like it. I like the frame that it has a little bit of a rubbed off orange effect to it, and they kind of look like little pumpkins. So I was really pleased with this. And then the second one is patriotic. And I may enter this at the show just because it's a little different. It's in a frame that's fairly wide. It can actually sit by itself on a shelf or a table if you want, but I had her put the screw eyes and wire on the back just in case, because I do have a lot of patriotic hanging in my house and I may want to put it in a grouping. So, but I thought I would just show this to you as a tip that if you have a shadow box frame, the framer can paint the inside. They can also wrap mat board with fabric that coordinates with your design. But Bonnie just found a mat board that was in a blue that matched the floss. And so that's what she did on all of the sides. So I may enter this just because it's something different. And she and I are both financial sponsors of the show in that we put ads in their booklet. And so I like to advertise different things that she can do that maybe the average customer wouldn't think of, or the chain store isn't accustomed to doing. So anyway, this wasn't stitched on the original fabric. It was stitched on something similar that I already had. So it's not, the fabric is not quite as dark as the original, but in person, the white shows up good enough for me. So I was also pleased with this one. All right, let's put that someplace safe. And then I only have one whip, surprise, surprise. It's been busy. There's been something going on almost every single morning before work. I've had some things in the evening, and there's a lot going on. So I only stitched on one thing this week. I continued on with a classic haunt from Hands On. And instead of the 32 Orchid Belfast, I am using Lavender Mist 14 count perforated paper. And I'm using the suggested colors except for two. Instead of the overdyed white, I'm using 5200. And instead of the blackboard, I'm using, what am I using? Gunmetal. It's just one shade darker, and I thought it looked better on the paper. So I really like the lime green accent on the font. I think it looks really good. So I'll just keep working on this, maybe till I finish it. I said I was going to work on Halloween in September, and then I didn't. No, I said I was going to work on it in August, and then I spent a lot of time on my whips during the Olympic stitching. So I'm a little bit behind right now. I think I said I was going to stitch on Thanksgiving in September, but that's okay. It's, I can do what I want. So maybe I'll just concentrate on Halloween this month. All right, I don't need that board anymore. All right, then the Heart and Hand Automatic did come. So I told you that I was getting Thankful Tiny Town and the Thankful Frill, which you can put someplace in there if you choose to put it all together. It would make a bigger drum. And maybe you've already got something that you've put previous Tiny Towns on, and so you can't make yours any larger if you want to continue to use the same backing board. But this was also the gift from last week, and it's going to Bonnie Sheffer in Missouri. So I will get that off to her. And then the rest of the new charts are from Needlework Marketplace from 2 weekends ago. I didn't do any ordering until Sunday and Monday, so my orders may not have gone out. Well, they obviously went out later than people that ordered earlier in the week, because I know a lot of designers try to start sending things out on Saturday if they have full orders. Unfortunately, because I ordered late and a lot of designers were new or hadn't done this type of marketplace before, they really didn't know how many to print. I placed no pre-orders because I didn't have time to think about it. I didn't even know what all the designers were putting out because I hadn't received emails yet. There were 120 designers, and I think I only got 25 emails. So there were a lot of people that didn't advertise their wares ahead of time. So this is what's come so far. I'm not sure if there's going to be a video next week because I will be photographing the Medina Needlework Guild's needle art show on Sunday, and we have something at church on Saturday night. So I keep saying that I should do a vlog style like I used to during COVID and film something different every day and then put it together. But somehow it just hasn't happened in the past couple weeks, just too much going on. But I might try to do that so I can still show you something, because when I finish photographing the show, I immediately start editing it and, you know, putting names to the designs, and I start working on that video, but it's never ready to show the same day because there are official photographers for the guild that will photograph the winners with their pieces on Saturday. And I can't be there on Saturday. And on Sunday, a lot of people, it's maybe lighter traffic from members or people that entered their pieces because they will wait until the last hour of the show to come and pick their pieces up. And then it's kind of chaotic and you don't really have time to pull somebody aside to take their picture. So I'll be working on that video, but it won't be ready to go up yet. And then will I have time to do a different one? I don't know. I hate to disappoint. It's so interesting to see how people really keep track of when I film and when they watch me, and they're disappointed when my video's not there. So I hate to disappoint, but it kind of tickles me that that so many people do watch me regularly. So anyway, I try to be, you know, upfront about what's going on, and I don't want to ghost you, but this is heading into a really busy time period. So anyway, I think these are in alphabetical order by designer. So the first is Little Robin, Christmas Feather Tree, and I think Freedom maybe had come out earlier in the summer and I had not gotten this one yet. I love that little eagle. It's so cute. I might do him on perforated paper and just make an ornament out of him. Then Keep Calm and Stitch On. I love this one, slightly spooky. I think I showed this in one of my preview collages. I've always been a sucker for something that looks like a coverlet style where the color changes throughout the design. So I'd like to do all of those. Straighten Your Crown is a cute one. I love how she photographed it. And then she had one large chart, Hallows Eve Greetings. And I looked this up at one point and then I forgot. It was done on, no. Oh, sorry, it's on the back. I knew I had looked it up. Lap and Loops, it's called Grandpa's Shop Rag. I have to get some of that. That's really cool for Halloween. Okay, then we have the Proper Stitcher, and she has a You series with a little girl, and so Boo is new, and Thankful for You is new. You know, I don't really like to stitch people, but I do think this series is kind of cute, so I got the other holidays that she had done. Lucky You, Patriotic You, and So You. Then there is Room, which is really sweet, and I love how she showed it in two different colorways. You can do whatever you want. I think that would look great with my Thanksgiving pieces in my dining room, which is already green, but I'm thinking I might do that all in black on a you know, mid-tone, light to mid-tone green fabric. So we'll see what I can scrape up there. But I do like Quakers, so that might look good with my other Thanksgiving things. And then We Gather Together is like the biggest design that she had this time. And then we have Silver Creek Samplers. And Diane has a new series called Fast Stitch that are on these little cards. And this is Hope, Hold On, Pain Ends. Honestly, I had never heard that saying before. Maybe it's been around, or maybe she made it up. I don't know, but I think that's really sweet. And then Sheer Madness Scissor Fob, which I imagine will be, well, it doesn't say, but I'm thinking it might be a series of Needlework Smalls, and she suggests that it would make a good retreat gift or other type of exchange with another stitcher. Talk to Me Goose. All right, and then Always Hope. And Christmas Virtues. And I know a few of her model stitchers. So this one was done by Lori Curtis, and Diane calls her model stitchers her crostitutes, which I think is hilarious. This is really cute. It was done on 18 count ocean blue from Fiber on a Whim. It's really a good blue for Christmas and winter designs. Hag's Bag Shoe Boutique. I like that one. I think I also showed this in a pre-show collage. No, maybe I did that after. I did that on the 31st. Love at First Frost. Very cute. This is on Blue Morpho 18 count Ada from Seraphim. So it's not quite the same color as the other, but also a really nice one. You know me and my blues. And then Pirate Prattle was done by Emily Sevitz. She's actually a local stitcher that helps me out at the shop. So she stitched this one. All right, then we have Sweet Wings Studio. As He Said. This is on Mary 32 Lugana by Grace Notes. So if they send any of this color for the trunk show in October, I'll be sure to save it. And Autumn Doxology. Faith, Hope, and Love. I really like how she had 3 different backgrounds for them. They look really good together. Okay. The Flower Fades. Lantern Lights. Pass the Pie. And Peace in the Village. This was done on 16 count Mystic by Picture This Plus. I really like that one. I like things that can stay out a little bit longer than Christmas, and I think Peace can stay up all year. All right, then this is one of the new designers that I ordered from, and I did a full collage beforehand with just her designs. I was very excited about ordering from her. Her name is Laura. I think she's a young gal. I did not get a chance to meet her during the marketplace. Have I said there was a lot going on? There was so much going on that I actually did not talk to any designer, and I laughed later because I was all set with makeup and cute earrings, and I was all set, and either they weren't available when I was placing my order, or I was in a hurry and needed to get it done fast and leave. So it was one of those things I missed talking to her, so I hope I get a chance to do that next time. This is Autumn Leaf. I think that's really clever. So I really hope that she does other seasons in shapes like this. I think that would be very clever. This is coffee and tea, and the coffee one really spoke to me. I love Quakers, and then this is just so different. So I like that. I'll have to figure out, well, the blue would look good in my kitchen, but I do like black as well. So, and that was done in black coffee, so it probably has some brown to it as well. But anyway, I'll be doing that one of these days. I want to have like a coffee bar stitching theme on my island at some point. Okay. This is the one I was really excited about, Fall Acorn. And believe it or not, this is all one skein of floss, or I should say one color of floss. You know what? Let me take it out of the bag so I can really show it to you. Well, I don't want to take it out of this bag, but it's called Dark Copper, and it's by a company called Pirate Robin. And for the first 6 that I got, I'm selling the thread with it. Now, the only exception I will make is if you're doing it on 36 or 40 count, you won't need 2 skeins. So I think I'm going to do mine on a higher count so that I can just use 1 ply, and then I'll have an extra skein to sell for somebody else doing the same thing. So I just think it's really cool how she manipulated the color to get it where she wanted. And I'm excited to follow that. And this is a new company for me, the Pirate Robin, the floss company. All right, then Key to the Heart. I guess that was the last one that's for sale. And then she sent, to cover the cost of shipping, she's one of those nice designers that sends extras. So she sent Floral Spool and Lovely Hearts. And I would like to give both of these to the same stitcher. So I don't know how to do it because they're 2 different things. One has hearts and birds and the other has flowers and a spool. So I'm just going to say use her name, Textilly. Just put Textilly someplace, even if that's all you say, and I'll know that you want to win these. So you can make your other comment and then just put that in there somewhere. Awkward, but that'll work. All right, then I have some from, okay, these are big ones, so I saved these for last. Erin Elizabeth. American House has all 3 of those designs. And the backing board is by Paisleys and Polka Dots. It's one of those that you buy and paint yourself, but they also look really cute. You know, the separates, and you can frame the bigger piece as well if you're not into painting. Okay, and then Autumn Biscornu. And Believe with the Dinky Dyes Silk. I have it priced separately, but I just put it in there for convenience. However, these are all spoken for, and I wanted to order more, but they were on vacation right away. So I will be getting more eventually. I just don't have any more right now. Dog Tear. Hello, Autumn. Patriotic You. And I also got the Dinky Dyes pack. I'm not requiring that you buy it. I just thought I would get 1 pack in case somebody was interested. And if they're not, I'll just put them individually up on my silk wall. Strawberry Tear. I think I'm going to do this next year. I really like that. I think that would look really great with my strawberry collection. And then the last ones are from Shannon Christine. Let's see, I should have just held these this way. Bewitching Pumpkin. And these are, what do I want to say? Computer generated charts. So there's no suggested fabric, but sometimes in her Facebook post, she will say, or other people will say what they're using. Candy Ghost. Candy Magic. Party Animal. That's so cute. And Spooky Night. There's a lot of grays and lavenders and purples you could use for that. That's really cute. I might have to do that one too. I already have a list going for 2025. Okay, then what was I like? I did that. I showed that. I'm so glad that you liked my fair video. Some people have said they can't do the fair anymore. They live too far away, or they can't walk that much, or gosh, it's gotten like really expensive. And then you get there and you're thinking, I just spent a lot of money to get in to go buy expensive food. So people complained about, you know, the price and all that. But I was tickled at something that Crystal, I'm not sure how to pronounce her last name, Sipolt. So she was talking about the fair and how she feels that it's really gone downhill over the years. It's not quite what it was before, and I think she kind of agreed with me that it's gotten very commercial. But she said some of the attendees are questionable as well. And what's really funny is that just a few days ago, probably because I was talking about the fair, Facebook brought up a memory from a few years ago, and it was just there was no picture. It was just a comment that I made using a fun background, and I was saying that we were at the fair, and my husband said, "I think we're overdressed," and I said, "When did it become a thing to keep your wallet and phone in your bra?" I can't tell you how many lumpy bras I saw and lumpy tank tops. And let's not talk about the inappropriate clothing that people are wearing. But anyway, it was just funny because I read her comment and then that had shown up in my Facebook, and I kind of agreed. It's a very interesting cross section of the general public that you see at an amusement park or a fair or someplace like that. But anyway, I'm glad I took the time to do that. I do enjoy seeing the animals, and I don't know what gave me probably I never took video of them until I started doing my FlossTube videos. And then I thought, oh, this might be kind of fun to tack on at the end. So the bees were very interesting. I always enjoy talking to the beekeepers, and I always learn something new. Sometimes it's what another person has just asked them. Sometimes they just come out with something, and then it could be something I've thought of that I just had a question about. So anyway, the bees are always really fascinating to me. So that's it. I think I've said everything I was supposed to, and I'm under 30 minutes, so hopefully it won't take too long to load. And I may or may not see you next week. Don't be sad. Just be happy that I'm busy. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.